Namaskar, welcome to Honest Astrologer, and today we are going to talk about a frequently asked question. When I did and ask me questions on moon, I got too many questions around Purnima and Amawas. So finally, it's me and Divya who are having this session. So I was born on a Purnima and Divya on Amawas. So I thought we can't have a better team to answer this. And so here we are. So we'll answer a lot of questions around these two. So Divya, thank you for agreeing to do this session. In fact, it was your idea. So thank you for thinking of it. Let's start.
In fact, yesterday was Amavasya, and I'm an
Mhm.
Amavasya born. And there's so much
Mhm.
confusion around Amavasya and
Yeah.
Purnima.
Mhm.
And Amavasya is a complete bad boy in astrology. Every time I go to an astrologer, I'm just told,
Mhm.
oh, you're born in Amavasya. This is so scary.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
every time I come to you, you just don't seem to be scared of it. So I think
Mhm.
for a lot of astrology lovers, let's throw some light on he is Amavasya and Purnima. We'll
Okay.
start.
Okay. So hear me out. Huh? And I've done a lot of research. I might rant a little, but bear with me because this is Chandrama, and I'm in a very Chandrama mode today. Okay, you see all white. I'm a typical moon child when it comes to my emotions. So let me rant about it. And in Navratri, I'm in a different spirit altogether. Somebody asked me what is the most important planet. My answer invariably has been Chandrama. A Shani or a Rahu can make you a very powerful, a very rich person, a very sharp person, and all that. But you see all these movie stars and rock stars getting into drugs, depression, committing suicide. Everything is fine in the chart. The only planet that makes the difference is moon. Okay. One of my mentors taught me, okay, why there are two things in life, parasthiti and manasthiti. Manasthiti is more important. So moon is your manasthiti, the way your emotional mind operates. Look, your rational mind is Buddha. You need to understand this. Your rational mind is Buddha. Your emotional mind, Buddha is buddhi, moon is man. Right? हमने एक वो जोड़ा सा बना दिया माइंड है. No, no, no. Indians have done a much better job. Buddhi and man. Okay. So buddhi is rational. You will hardly ever find a person going mad because of a mercury trouble. There can be slow learners. At times there can be autism. But people going mad, committing suicide and anxiety issues, you will find a damaged moon invariably. So now coming to this, I have a big beef with Bollywood. Okay, I'm not a fan, as you know. हर पिक्चर में whichever one you look at, साहब अमावस की रात को भूत निकलेंगे. अमावस की रात को ऐसा हो जाएगा, अमावस की रात को ऐसा हो जाएगा. Whereas अमावस की रात is traditionally the most peaceful night of the month. Have you ever been to a seashore?
Yeah.
Amawas ki Raat is the calmest night on the seashore.
Yeah.
And same is on the land. Purnima is the night of the demons. This is what people do not understand. Purnima is when hell breaks loose. Okay. Samandar ki lehrein, the sea waves, they go bloody 20 feet high. Okay. You get the high tide. Animals, they run helter-skelter. Okay. You will see dogs crying and howling. And there is data to prove it. Maximum number of bar fights happen on a Purnima day. Maximum number of crimes of passion happen on a Purnima day. Let me also give you an example why this tradition has been formed that people are more afraid of Amawas than of Purnima. Amawas is extremely dark. And in the old times, there was no light, so everybody was very afraid. But let's say you are a thief or a dacoit, okay, in the old times, which is the night which you would use for your maximum crimes when the nature gives you maximum light, because you will be the one running around and doing majority work.
Yeah.
Right? So traditionally it has been Purnima which has been the bad night, so to speak. So when we say nature, we think why nature is very lovey-dovey and very kind and all that. nature can be incredibly cruel. It has its own laws. Okay. So from Prakriti to Sanskriti, that has been a man's travel. Purnima is when Prakriti is at its peak. Passions are running high. People get drunk, people fight each other, husband, wife fighting each other. The world goes mad.
Yeah,
Okay?
emotions are at their peak at that
yes,
time. Yeah.
and people who drink, I would very strongly suggest you cut back 1/3 of your drinking allowance on Purnima day, because it will hit you with 25% more intensity.
Yeah.
So Purnima is the one which I have seen to be troubled night for people in general and people with their horoscopes born on Purnima day. That's a more difficult combination to handle. Amawas people are lucky people. Dhirubhai Ambani was born on an Amawas day. He has sun and moon in the first house. Yours truly is an emotional mess born on Purnima. Yeah.
We'll come to those examples. I think let's start, because I have a lot of astrology friends who are perpetually confused between Amavasya and Purnima. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
So we'll start off with, how do you identify both the yogas in a chart?
Okay. So sun and moon together in one house, that's Amawas. Okay. It could be a day before, day after, but the closer they are in degrees, that is Bang Amawas. So that's Amavasya. Purnima is when they are 7 houses apart from each other. Okay, sitting in front of each other, facing each other. That's Purnima.
So like if moon is in the first, then sun comes in the second, bang opposite each other.
In the 7th. Yes.
It's a full moon. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And a little bit more about Amavas and Purnima, if you can club in, and then we'll get on to the trades.
Okay.
A bit of mythology into it.
Okay. So, unfortunately, in India, there is not a lot of mythology around moon for some reason. Our people have been more obsessed with Shani. Okay, there are reasons to it. Moon, I think moon is the only planet where the West has done a bloody good job. Okay.
Yeah.
We have one Chandradev, who is the representative of the moon. West has done, they have 2-3 things related to it. They have a symbol of the Lady of Nature. जिसको हम Mother Nature बोल सकते हैं. So while she is nurturing and everything, she can be terribly cruel. And they were right in guessing that the full moon is a problem. Werewolf कब आते बेटा जी? Not on Amavas. Yeah. The werewolf appears in the full moon. You will very seldom see a witch wala drawing with a new moon. The witches are at its peak at the full moon. Okay. And there is a theory, all these vampires, I don't know if they exist or not. I'm not related to any such thing. And I don't consider myself enlightened enough. But there are hints all over. Okay. When the sun rises, all these demons hide. But when the moon is at its peak, all the demons come out. So all your passions, your aggressions, your dark side. Why is it the dark side? It is the night. They say it's the dark side. So moon, the more powerful moon is, the more mess comes out. Moonlight is just enough to create an aura where you can understand a few things, but you do not understand them as clearly as sunlight does. So Lady of the Beast and the witches who would fly and the werewolves, everybody was related to a full moon. Not even a single one was related to Amavas. हमारे बॉलीवुडियों ने अलग ही स्क्रिप्ट लिख दी, अमावस की रात सांवरी उठ जाएगा. ओ पूर्णमासी को उठेगा भाई सांवरी. सांवरी का कैलेंडर ल्यूनर है, ठीक करो उसको.
But अमावस के लिए अंधेरी रात है, मन में अंधेरा छा जाता है, your mind becomes dark, the obstacles in life. These are constant things that I have been hearing. And the moment I go out to do research, there's nothing, because most traditional astrologers go by Amavas. That means moon is afflicted and moon becomes dark and your mind becomes dark. So that's their reasoning So a little bit more about what really
No,
happens.
your mind doesn't become dark. Okay, let me give you a simple example. अंधेरी रात है, what would you do? You would go to sleep, right? आप खप कब डालोगे? जब आधी लाइट है, आधा अंधेरा है और आधी रोशनी है. Moon and sun together, such people are very clear in life. They do have their mood swings. I'm not denying that. They do have their mood swings because Chandrama gets a little suppressed in front of sun. बादशाह ना, but वो पीछे से कुछ ना कुछ पिंच होता रहता है सन को. So वो थोड़ा बहुत उनका इमोशंस ऊपर नीचे होता है. But sun and moon sitting opposite, moon is in full power. So these are the guys who will do emotional nonsense. Utter emotional nonsense. You look at the chart of alcoholics and you tell me how many full moon people you find there, particularly with a Cancer moon, a Scorpio moon, or a Pisces moon. You will hardly ever find an alcoholic who was born in a Amavasya. I have seen a lot of super achievers with sun and moon in the same house.
Yeah, that's what. So, okay, so we'll get down to a few traits of both people born under Amavasya and Purnima. Some, I think, positive traits, because there's so much negativity I've been hearing about both the yogas and astrology. So I think everyone needs a bit of fresh breath on this.
So, ab samjho. An Amavas born person is almost sure to succeed in life. You'll very seldom find a poor, broken man with a Amavas birth. Reason being, एक चीज imagine करो. Sun and moon in the same house, you embody that sign. अब तुम सर से पांव तक टॉरस लगते हो. वैसा ही तुम्हारा नेचर है, जहां जाते हो दोस्त बना लेते हो, and you are fiercely defending them. So तुम्हारे अंदर कोई डायकोटॉमी नहीं है. These people can have mood swings, but they will never have schizophrenia. They will never have a split personality. They are very, very clear. They think from a simple thing because the soul and emotions are in harmony. Sun is your soul, moon is your emotions. When both are in harmony, both going on the same track, तो हाथ पकड़ के चलते रहते हैं. That is why you are so fiercely defensive of your friends. That is why you are so kind and generous, because all the good bad qualities, every good thing gets enhanced of the sign, and often the good qualities more. Until unless there is a negative affliction. But usme problem kya hai? It's double or nothing. Okay.
Yeah, it's
if
very...
a Jupiter sits there,
yeah,
you get a lot. If a Rahu sits there, you are bashed.
And so if a Saturn comes there,
Saturn again, it's difficult. देखो शनि राहु केतु still is tolerable. Okay. So these are harsh, and particularly Rahu moon in a woman's chart and Sun Shani in the man's chart. We have discussed that. Yeah. So I wouldn't like that. But everything else, a Mangal sets in, Mazel Tov. A Guru sets in, excellent. A Mercury I can still live with, not bad. A Jupiter sets in, fine. Shukra, I will have my mixed emotions. Yeah, that's how it goes. But a Jupiter or a Mercury or a Mars will bring the party together. मजा आ जाएगा ऐसे आदमी. You will have very positive, powerful, intelligent kind of people.
Moon Jupiter, then you are looking at a Gaj Kesari Yoga, and then with Mangal, again with Mars, we are looking at a Chandramangal happening there.
So it's a good thing. Hopefully it should happen in a good house. I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't like that in a 6, 8, 12.
So like if we were to break down 4 pros of an Amavasya born personality, I think everyone who's born on Amavasya deserves to hear some good things now. So what would that be?
So these people would be very clear in life in what they want and how they feel about a certain thing. Okay. So that clarity helps them succeed. Like I said, they are most prone to succeed people.
Contrary to the popular belief that they're confused people.
Yes. They are most prone to succeed because emotional conflict nahi hai na. Acha, you tell me, okay? You are a living example. That's why I invited you. Somebody has hurt your friend. वो लाल कपड़ा दिख गया तुमको?
But I'm a heavy Taurus and I've been in
Yes.
Rahu until now. So
No. I'm just saying, would you have a second thought without charging?
No.
That's it. Soul and mind are in harmony. Okay. तुम्हारा दोस्त ट्रबल में है, तुम्हारे अंदर का टॉरस उठेगा, उसकी मदद करने चला जाएगा. Right? So you wouldn't do that guna bhag that a Scorpio wala person would do or a Virgo wala person would do. So you are too much in harmony with yourself. So conflict नहीं होता आदमी में, और जिस आदमी में conflict नहीं होता उसका जीतना लगभग तय है. उसको हराना बड़ा मुश्किल है. Yeah, so that is why Dhirubhai Ambani was very clear in his life. उनको क्या करना क्या नहीं करना. Right? And I think clarity is one thing that is a prerequisite for success.
Yeah.
That's the mother of all success. That is something related to Mercury, but this combination definitely helps.
Okay.
It's
So that's
like कि तुम्हारे Mercury का lens साफ हो गया.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second thing, these people are, like I said, वो एक sign के साथ में पूरे harmony में होते हैं. Difficult charts are where planets are all over the place. तीसरी चीज ये जहां बैठते हैं दोनों टुगेदर, वो हाउस बड़ा पावरफुल हो जाता है. अब रिस्क क्या है, अगर ये गलत खाने में बैठ गए देन वी हैव अ डबल ट्रबल. इन पे अगर नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट आ गया तो थोड़ा डबल और नथिंग होता है. बट दीज पीपल आर वेरी क्लियर एंड ऑफन दे आर कॉन्फिडेंट. वो डाइकोटॉमी नहीं होता है. वन ऑफ माय मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल फ्रेंड, ओके, he had a sun moon Mercury in Virgo first house. He's an IITian and then he went to MIT.
Of course, I'm not surprised.
सारा कुछ ही Virgo. He was a human calculator. First attempt IIT निकाला बंदे ने.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he was very clear. And हम लोग उसको बोलते हैं यार तू आदमी कैलकुलेटर है तू. मतलब this was a guy who wasn't worried about कि यार ये दोस्ती करनी है, खाना पीना है, वो और उसकी किताब है. So that amount of clarity that brings, and the one house dominance, they are very comfortable with that one house. वो सारा कुछ फिर वहीं जाता है.
सारा, okay.
That becomes very heavyweight. So किसी का 10th में है तो बिजनेस के पीछे भागता रहेगा. तुम सुबह
मेरा 10th पे है.
किसी के 11th में है तो पैसे के पीछे भागेगा. तो लाइफ के पर्पस क्लियर होता. Amazing clarity is brought to you by Amawas Chandra.
And the house that it fits in.
Very, very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the fourth would be something interesting about them. Your observation.
They can be very selfish. Not you, okay? Taurus cannot be selfish, but they can be very selfish and self-obsessed, particularly if this falls in the first house. तो फिर मैं हूँ.
Correct.
मैं राजा भी हूँ और मैं अपनी माँ भी हूँ. तो वही अपनी माँ है, वही अपना बच्चा है. वो सेल्फ लव थोड़ा जरूरत से ज्यादा चला जाता है.
वो सेल्फ
in a way it is good in a
है.
world which has gone very woke.
Yeah.
So but वो अपना पहले सोचते हैं. Such people are seen because वो कहीं ना कहीं मून जो है वो सन के कान में बैकग्राउंड से फूंक मारता रहता, भाई मेरा ख्याल रखना. So there is certain
वो ऐसी बेचारा सा है मून, needs sun's protection.
There is a save me kind of thing which goes on. तो वो मून सन को एक पॉइंट के बाद नहीं जाने देगा जहां वो अपना सब कुछ लुटा दे. Because sun can be terribly generous. Sun and Jupiter can be terribly generous. तो मून उस चीज पे थोड़ा काबू रख लेता है. तो आज के टाइम में इन अ वे इट्स गुड थिंग.
Yeah.
वो दानवीर तो सारे पिट जाते.
Absolutely. So I think emotionally थोड़ा self-centered होना in today's time, it's a good thing itself.
Yeah.
So popular belief towards Amavasya is that अंधेरा हो जाता है इन लोगों को. Moon is also the indicator of wealth.
No.
So they say कि life में
राहु शनि मरकरी मून का लेना देना नहीं है कुछ वेल्थ से. हाँ, exalted moon or a good moon will help you become richer because you will be able to stable your mind. Okay. Let's say कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया बिजनेस में, आई वुड रादर ट्रस्ट एन एक्साल्टेड मून गाय टू हैंडल इट देन लेट्स से राहु मून गाय. Exalted moon with exalted Mercury, I have never seen a poor man. Never, ever. I call it the Krishna yoga. Okay. देखो इमोशंस टॉप पे, दिमाग डाउन, उसको कौन रोक लेगा. उसको कौन रोक लेगा? So such people are like freaking machines. You just, there's no stopping them.
So with an exalted Mercury and Moon.
So yeah, if these two are exalted, nobody can be poor. I don't care बाकी सारे क्या डांस कर रहे हैं. So Chandrama gives you that guts to do things, but it is not the karaka of wealth.
Okay, because I've been commonly told that it brings a lot of Amavasya brings a lot of hindrance to wealth and a lot of obstruction in your life.
No,
because again,
no.
darkness
Sorry,
happens.
Acha, are you telling me Dhirubhai Ambani wasn't able to earn wealth?
True. That's why I wanted to do this with you, because this is the popular belief, and I just do not understand this. That
No. That's sheer nonsense. It's sheer nonsense.
that the mind is always under fear when the sun and moon come together.
No, the mind is rather centered.
Hmm.
Mind and soul are not under conflict. They are in union. It's a beautiful thing to have. That is why you praise Buddhaditya Yoga or Sun in the First, right?
Hmm.
Okay, bhai, Lagna and soul are together.
Hmm.
Buddhaditya, your soul and your buddhi are together.
Together,
Right?
yeah.
So if you add Chandrama to the mix, it's an unbeatable combination.
Correct. And so, what would be a few challenges of a Amavasya born?
Like वो बोलते हैं ना, जुल्म कहते हैं करम हद से गुजर जाने को. First thing, you will become a copybook that sign person. So अब तुम टॉरस हो, तुम सर से पांव तक टॉरस हो, तुम खाली तड़का मारने के लिए लियो लगना हो. Anybody who looks at you will say that you are a Taurus. Okay. So एक one dimensional personality हो जाती है इंसान की. Like I said, that friend of mine, I don't think he's married yet. वो अपनी लेबोरेटरी और लैपटॉप और उनमें ही लगा रहता है, वो चलता फिरता कंप्यूटर है, उसकी वन साइडेड लाइफ. तुम्हारे लिए तुम्हारी जिंदगी का मकसद तुम्हारा वो खाना हो गया जहाँ सन और मून बैठते हैं. या तो तुम भी पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ जाके हाथ मिलाती लोगों से, राइट? मेरी इतनी पहचान नहीं जितनी तेरी. So it's a good thing, but let's say once you have children or once you are married, there is a strong chance that you will neglect everything and focus on your 10th house.
अगर किसी का 9th house में आ गया ये, तो धर्म पर
9th house में आ गया तो फादर एंड धर्म. वो पिताजी के पीछे घूमता रहेगा और मंदिरों में फूल वूल चढ़ाता रहेगा, कभी मंदिर जाएगा, कभी दरगाह जाएगा. So he's going to experiment. He can get obsessed with it.
Interesting. And if the same comes in 11th house, 12th, and so on, if you want to just give one liners on.
This one will take a very long discussion. So I cannot talk about, because I do not want to give out a false quick thing which can encourage people beyond a point or discourage people beyond.
Yeah. So the challenges of Amavasya moon, you said, are one is, I wouldn't even call it challenges, but okay, they become very one-dimensional. जिस house में बैठा है उनका absolute focus वहाँ हो जाता है. They become emotionally a bit more themselves. Avoid करूँगी selfish बोलना, but ठीक है. Self-protective.
Taurus moon is a different animal. Okay. Yeah. Taurus moon is a different animal. Taurus is a very generous sign. So if this happens in a sign of Taurus or a Sagittarius, it's good. But let's say this happens in a Scorpio or God forbid a Cancer, then we have a trouble.
So it's safe to say कि जिस श्लोक का अमावस्या है without affliction, I'm putting it out as a disclaimer. And by affliction we mean bad planets with it. The so-called bad planets.
Or aspecting
it. It's safe to say that Amavasya is not a bad yoga to have in astrology.
Oh, it's a good yoga to have.
It's a good yoga. Okay.
Because in the end, you are in control of yourself. You are clear. You are centered. You are able to make the right kind of decisions most of the time. So it's a good yoga. In my view, I would rather take that.
Perfect. I think this is a very big sigh of relief today for me, because I know so many people who have Amavasya and they keep asking me, and I'm like, I've got a lot of mixed reviews on Amavasya. So let's have the expert speak about it. Great. So we'll move on to Purnima now, which I think would be a double PhD on, because khud ka aapka wo hai.
Yeah.
So little pros and cons about Purnima.
Before I go to the cons, let me tell a few pros before people start panicking. Okay. They have a very rich inner life,
Okay.
very strong emotions, and they are able to enjoy their emotions, their food, their love, everything. It's very, very enjoyable. Their taste buds and emotional feelings are very, very strong. They make very good parents. They make very good parents.
Yeah.
बच्चों के लिए जाना जरा. Mostly they are kind people. वो सारे जहाँ का दर्द हमारे जिगर में है.
Too many
that's
emotions.
just, yeah, because they somehow feel the pain of other person, because Chandrama is so powerful. Their mothers at heart.
It's like, sorry to interrupt you, sir. It's like Cancer and Pisces on steroids, as you say it.
Yeah. More of a Cancer energy. This thing carries more of a Cancer energy.
Cancer energy.
They can enjoy multiple facets of life. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक ही हाउस डोमिनेंट है, ऑपोजिट हाउस भी डोमिनेंट है. So they can enjoy both. Let's say somebody has a sun in the 10th, moon in the 4th, so he will enjoy his family life, he will enjoy his business life. Okay. So far so good. Now we'll come to the meaty part. It's frequent schizophrenia. Okay. Schizophrenics you will typically find with a moon ketu or a purnamashi god. Split personality hai re baba. So there would be times when I was in my corporate days, so I'll get in my Capricorn sun mood and subere jaake kisi ki class laga di, and half an hour later my moon will kick in. यार ये क्या कर दिया बेचारे को, ज्यादा डांट दे. Then I'll take him for a lunch or something. You have to keep fighting off two different personalities. You have, तुम्हारे अंदर हमेशा दो आदमी बोलेंगे एक चीज पे. You can be very strong at a moment and very timid the other one, and vice versa.
आप Gemini बन जाते हो उसमें.
हाँ, Gemini नहीं, Gemini is मुखौटा. This is hardcore schizophrenia. This is more of a cancer breaking down. Gemini के दो चेहरे लोगों को मूर्ख बनाने के लिए. कैंसर का ब्रेकडाउन होता है अपने अंदर दो चेहरों से लड़ते हुए. So if you do not keep a leash, you can confuse the hell out of your life. कि आपको चाहिए क्या? So this is the most confusing placement. Very bad for women. Very bad for women, especially in 1st or 7th. इमोशन हमेशा स्टेरॉइड्स पे रहता है इनको. कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो थोड़ी भी जज्बात से जुड़ी होगी वो इनकी आंखों में आंसू ला देगी घाट से. एंड देयर इज दैट इनर डाइकोटोमी. तो मैं इनको बोलता हूँ भैया अपने अल्टर ईगो को नर्चर करना सीखो, बट एंश्योर दैट यू ब्रिंग द राइट ईगो एट द राइट टाइम. इट इज एन आर्ट and it takes a lot of counseling. तुमको देने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कभी. You will always be single focused, unidimensional. ये मल्टी डायमेंशनल नहीं, ये ऑपोजिट डायमेंशनल है. ओके, लेट्स से अ कैंसर टॉरस एनर्जी कैन वर्क टुगेदर. उसमें इतना कंफ्लिक्ट नहीं है. You have a sun in Cancer, moon in Taurus, good for you. You have a sun in Capricorn and moon in Cancer, God help you. मैं हूँ जिंदा एग्जांपल. Yeah. I have had such a rotten track record with people whom I trusted and they stabbed me in the back.
Sir, एक चीज I've commonly personally noticed, and I think a lot of my friends who study astrology sort of notice it as well. बाकी लोग शायद उसको pattern को समझ नहीं पाते. Every time there is Purnima and Amavasya coming in, emotions really go
हिलना शुरू हो जाता. Yeah.
हिलने बहुत ज़्यादा, and I have to tell them कि भाई it's temporary, like stay put, it's okay. So what are, and you, because you have such an interesting moon, I think you've really managed your moon situation very well. So I think आपसे कोई हो नहीं सकता इसका बताने के लिए. What are practical quick remedies that one can do to sort of stay sane at that time?
Depends a lot on your moon sign. Okay, but immediately the first thing that you can do is you run to Shiva. You do that abhishekam with milk or water or whatever, and you look at your chhavi in the pouring water. That's very calming. That's very calming. Second thing, you donate some food or milk to poor children.
White food?
Yeah, white food. Barfi is a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Milk
Coconut.
is a good kid.
Yeah.
And of course, you can always feed ants. They are my favorites.
Yeah, I know.
So, and most important thing, you need some Ketu to balance that energy. So this too shall pass.
Yeah.
That you need to remember and stop overthinking. The thing with moon is, रात को खराब है सुबह ठीक हो जाएगा. Whenever moon is in the 8th house from your lagna or your sun, you will have a terrible time.
From your lagna or sun?
Both. So whenever moon enters Leo, मैं कहता हूँ भाई 2.5 दिन बाजा बजा. I track moon का transition because that is the closest.
Yeah.
Sun is pretty far, वो दिखता close है, but moon तो वाकई में it's within a striking range, so to speak. पता नहीं कितने बंदे जा भी चुके हैं वहां तक. Some say it was fake, I don't know. But technically speaking, it is the closest to the earth. So सूरज आगे पीछे होता है, बाहर का तापमान ऊपर नीचे होता. मून आगे पीछे होता, अंदर का तापमान ऊपर नीचे होता. So that is what you need to remember. Movement of moon matters a lot.
It changes faster than.
Good part is 2.5 दिन में बदल जाता है. You can be happy about it.
अच्छा इतने mood swings होते हैं उन सबके. Also, they say that Chandi, because Chandi also represents moon, silver. So constantly actually having water in a silver glass and drinking a lot of water and bathing twice or being near.
I don't agree. Reason being, let's say you have a Dhanu Lagna. Moon is your Ashtamesh. You are empowering moon. I disagree. Look, charity will never hurt. If it's a good moon, it will become better. Praying to Shiva will never hurt. Doing mantra will never hurt. Keeping yantra will never hurt. But empowering moon or wearing moti. अब धनु लगना है उसको मैं मोती कैसे पहना दूं, या कुंभ लगना है, how can I make him wear that?
But पानी ज़्यादा पीना क्योंकि body में especially पूर्णिमा के time.
If you feel like, then unnecessarily मत पी लो. You will end up clogging your system. This is what people don't know. Even water can clog your system. Okay. You can feel bloated. Okay.
So I think what I've understood after speaking to so many, people who do astrology, I think moon affliction ka sabse bada ilaj is Shiv Puja. I think there is nothing beyond Shiv Puja to handle an afflicted moon or a bad moon or any moon trouble that one gets. Yeah.
And 2-3 advice I would give people. If you are into alcohol or such things, Purnamashi pe try to abstain. If you cannot abstain, reduce the quantity. Second thing, if you have a damaged moon, do not make your mental movies. Okay. Have a mechanism to stop it at the time. And Purnamashi moon born people, you need to behave like your own mother. I'm not saying become the personality of your mother, but you become a guardian to yourself, because there is one side of you which will want to ruin your life. Purnima moon has this nihilistic self-sabotaging quality. So until unless you bring the energy of sun to control him, it's going to run amok. Your moon is going to run amok. So you need to empower your sun in order to control it. And if you have a good Mars, so empowering your Mars would help.
And also, should any moon gazing or any meditation be done?
Okay. Moon gazing is very dangerous.
Okay, because they say
पागलों का एक नाम है lunatic. Why do they call them lunatic? They used to gaze at the moon. Yeah. Sun gazing से अंधे होते हैं, moon gazing से पागल हो जाते हैं. Okay. It's a bad idea. I don't know who introduced it. It's a very bad idea.
And meditation, because the energies are so high to say.
Look, everybody cannot meditate. No, meditation के लिए you need to start with something.
Yeah.
So let's say moon Ketu can meditate. A moon Rahu cannot meditate. आप करके देखो. और sun moon Rahu तो सवाल ही नहीं है. एक 10 मिनट के लिए वो आदमी बैठ नहीं सकता शांति से. So you need to find for moon Rahu, I suggest repetitive kind of things. स्वेटर बुन रहे हो या वीडियो गेम खेल रहे हो या अब कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो, you have to repeat a certain movement again and again. This was told by a friend of mine, Tushar. He himself had a moon Rahu. So you need something where you can get your mind engaged, because that khach goes on.
So, sir, even mantra
Moon
chanting.
gazing is a very bad idea. Yeah, mantra chanting. Yeah, mantras, yes.
Anxiety calm
And
down.
if you have a moon Rahu, Ma Kali is your go-to person. Gamma. Navratri chal raha. How could I miss that? Moon Ketu worshipping Krishna will do wonders. You can also worship Ganesha, but worshipping Krishna will do wonders. And let me tell one thing, the most dangerous thing after Moon Rahu, something very close to Moon Rahu, is Moonshuk. It's a pain to handle Moonshuk.
That's not something that's, I think I've not heard people talk about it at all.
लोग तो खुश हो जाते, ओहो जी दो शुभ ग्रह इकट्ठे बैठे, अरे बेड़ा गर्क करते ही नहीं।
Emotional
So
state.
well, it's a holy mess. It's a holy mess.
I think so. We should absolutely take these conjunctions for the next
separately.
Video
Yeah.
with mythology.
Yes.
That's why both of them come together and create so much havoc. This deserves 15 minutes of their time.
Yes. I think आज के लिए काफी है.
Perfect.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.